Hey guys, Ryan here, and welcome to my second playthrough of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. So many of you probably saw the title of this video, got excited, then saw the time, and was like, what the hell is this? So basically, thanks to a YouTube user whose name I forgot, and his name will be right there at the bottom of the screen right now, this person has compiled every single thing that can happen during your second playthrough in Radiant Dawn. So this way, I don't have to go through the horrid trouble of doing a second playthrough for very minor details, and you guys who have been asking for this like crazy get to see what I think about it. Because personally, I probably would never have done it, honestly, just because I don't think the differences will be monumental enough to change my entire opinion on everything. Like, if it's not gonna be like Yoko Taro levels of like, oh my god, I don't think it's just gonna be worth it, really. But we'll see. I'm gonna be starting and pausing this video quite a bit, just because the text is moving pretty fast, so I'm going to attempt to read it in all my weird voices. Hopefully I'm able to continue to do that. So I guess they're kind of going through all the requirements, and one is that you have to have Ike talk to the Black Knight in this chapter, which we did. One thing I haven't seen, though, is this conversation between Soren and Micaiah. Oh, that explains quite a bit about the stories that surround you. Who are you? You're just like me. Yes, they call our kind the branded. As the years pass, I understand better and better how others see us. You're so cold. It's like you're cloaked in frost. Is there even blood in your veins? There is blood very similar to yours. In fact, blood that teaches us what it means to be rejected and alone. Your heart is frozen, but I feel warm core trying to melt through. I see. You have someone you cherish very much, someone you can rely on. Do not presume to understand me, you ridiculous girl. Oh my god, he's skipping through the text like crazy. Daein has no business in this war. I will defeat you swiftly and send you and your army back to Daein. Yeah, Soren's not really in the Micaiah fan club. I finally meet my own kind, and he's an enemy. I will not retreat. I will not let you go any further. Next, before Part 3, Chapter 13, you will be given the option to refuse Pelleas' command to kill him on this playthrough. Take this option to alter the story so that he survives. I've been very curious as to see how this option actually plays out, because in my head, I can't see a way where that makes sense whatsoever. This is the only way to save Daein. Micaiah stabbed me. Actually, I've been waiting to stab you for a very long time. Wow, that's comforting. Refuse his command. So how does this work? I'm sorry, I can't do this. I see, that's alright, Micaiah. I know it's a terrible thing to ask. General Tronio, it is your duty. Your Majesty, is this necessary? This is your king's order, General. You must obey. As you wish, Your Majesty. He gives him the knife? What could possibly happen? General Tronio, please look after the people of Daein. Yes, Your Majesty. So, I'm sorry for all that I put you and Micaiah through, including this. Please forgive me. Don't worry about that now, Pelleas. Micaiah, please give this ring to my mother. Tell her that I loved her dearly. I will, Your Majesty. Goodbye, my friends. Okay, Tronio, on with the stabby stab. No, this is wrong. We can't give up, Your Majesty. Wait, what? Micaiah. Did she just get shanked? Lady Micaiah, what did you do? I'm alright. Fetch a healer now. No, I'm fine, really. I'm just confused. Is the goddess telling me that I'm not worthy to become a martyr for Daein? Or maybe she's saying that you're just too important to lose. Pelleas will appear as an enemy in this chapter as a result. Oh, really? Huh. And he's a dark sage. What's insane, though, is... yeah, he can still be promoted, and look at those stats. He is really strong. In fact, he is impressively strong. Possibly the trickiest requirement, Soren must do battle with Pelleas. Oh my god, getting Soren back there must be... ugh. That must suck. Especially since he somehow got around all those soldiers. And Nyla. The new king of Daein, Pelleas. How convenient. I can end this farce right now. Surrender or die. Who are you? That mark on your forehead. Is it the mark of a spirit protection? No, it's something rather different. But that shape, it looks much like mine. Is that so? You might be more powerful than you let on. Still, I doubt this changes anything. Prepare yourself, Pelleas. Wait, don't do that. What do you mean don't do that? This is war. You can't just tell me no. But wait, there's so much that I want to ask you. It doesn't matter whether he's defeated or not. Okay. To die in this lonely place, it's my fate, but... for Micaiah, I must live. As a result, Pelleas now joins you as a playable unit in Part 4, Chapter 2. What? Are you serious? The requirements for this are ridiculous. Like, these are some... I don't even know, like, these are some Dark Souls Wrath of the Gods requirement equivalents here. You shouldn't endanger yourself. Besides, I don't think we'll have too much trouble with these guys. I appreciate your concern, but as the King of Daein, I fight for the people of all free countries. It is my duty. Wait, where's your mother? Well, listen, I don't know what she's been telling you, but don't throw your life away. I'd appreciate that you want to help, but this battle is beyond you. Try to stay out of the way. Yes, sir. Okay, so he starts out with 3 dark tomes. Damn. Oh, man, that's really cool. I like those animations. Pelleas can also... Yeah, this is what I thought was broken. He starts as a level 12 unit with, like, 20 in every stats and can promote? I think that's really good. I think that's quite good. And when he promotes, he gets... Oh, he kind of takes on the Bastion outfit with the shoulder pads. Archsage. Wow, he has a lot of HP. Pelleas versus Izuka. Boss dialogue. This is interesting. Izuka.
Ah, my dear Prince Pelleas. Excuse me, King Pelleas. I assume that you'd been turned to stone. How nice to see you again, though. I'm saddened that you would betray me to fight alongside these short-sighted fools. I found you and set you out to the path to royalty. I served you well, did I not?
I know you've been working for the Senate, Izuka.
So you found out? At least I don't need to pretend anymore. It isn't like you to spare my life anyway.
With most of Daein turned to stone, the Blood Pact can no longer harm anyone. But that doesn't change the fact that you tricked me into risking... you tricked me into risking the life of every citizen of my kingdom. Why would you betray me, Izuka? Why were you ever loyal to Daein? Or were you ever?
Betrayal? What of your betrayal to me? I remember how you valued one worthless laguz life over mine. It was your betrayal that forced me into my work, or to abandon my work, is that what you said? You were supposed to be my puppet, a weakling boy king that I could control, giving me free reign.
Yeah, this doesn't... I don't know how Izuka became so effed up in the head, but, yeah, I really don't know what's up with him or how he got this way. What? How could that be?
Oh, princeling boy, how completely I fooled you. You're not King Ashnard's son. All I did was look for a boy that could pass for the king's son.
But Mother said she was certain that I was her child.
Ah yes, Lady Almeida, paragon of sanity.
Finally someone sees that. But it's like no one in the story realized, like, yeah, she's a mom, so of course she's worried. But she is freaking... She's nuts. And no one seems to ever take notice of that.
She's certainly fit to identify a boy she hasn't seen in 15 years. She was so desperate to have her son again that she would have believed anything I told her.
No, stop it. Stop talking.
Where's Pelleas from then?
Because I think, like, most of you guys already confirmed because you didn't think I was going to do a second playthrough, and I already know about the whole... I was right about Soren being Ashnard's son, which is insane, but I don't know where Pelleas came from, if so. Like, who's his actual parents? Be sure to bring Soren into Part 4 Endgame. Pelleas versus Lakain boss dialogue. Vice Minister Lakain. Still alive, are we? I suppose I can still find a use for you. I know, go and attack the enemy general. Does he know I've switched sides or not? Why are you not obeying, fool? That look on your face. You think you're going to save your people. That is precious. You can't possibly believe one is so flawed as yourself has a prayer against me. I do, actually. What? Did I hear you correctly? I said I believe. I believe in myself and I believe in my companions. Even if I falter and fail, my friends will defeat you. This belief sustains me. I can fight you because I'm no longer alone. Let's test your theory then. Die, upstart. If you deployed the Black Knight in Chapter 1E and fought him with Ike in Chapter 3-7, an extra special scene will occur after Chapter 4E Part 2, Ike's Memory. I really hate this. I'm sorry, but I hate... This is one of the reasons why I despise Dark Souls 3 so much, is because I feel like when I'm doing something, I'm doing like some insane checklist. And I think that's my number one thing I can hate in video games, is missable things that are major. I don't know. Is this the extra cutscene? Oh, whoa, what is this? Oh, this is... Wait. Oh, is that like a young Zelgis? What happened here? Oh, this is where Grail went nuts after touching the medallion, isn't it? We have arrived to... Late... General Gawain? Oh, and he already killed his wife. Oh, General, oh, thank the goddess. He's still alive. But, oh no. What has he done? Elena, did he kill her? I don't know what it was about this moment, but just that art, I felt really sad. I don't know why.
It's weird that half the characters in, like, some of these games I feel no sympathy for, but Grail, a character who I've known so little, having, like, wind up killing his wife and just kind of losing his... Well, I guess he injured his own sword arm, didn't he? Is that what happened? It must have been the medallion. He touched it, and the chaos bound within sent him into a rage beyond reason. Tragic. Who is that? Wait, is that... Oh no, Mist was there. Oh no, Mist was there the whole time. Look at little child Mist, though. She's so adorable. Ike, wait for me. Oh no. Wait, is that... Oh, father, mother. Is that Ike? Doesn't look like Ike. The general's children. What's wrong with them? Are they asleep? Father? Mother? Oh, you poor thing. They're very tired, child. Let's not disturb them. We can't leave them sleeping here. It's cold out. We have to take them home. Oh. Ike, you have to help me. Is that Ike over there? Ike? Something about his face. I will take them home. Will you show me the way? Yeah, come with me. Is it just me, or did Ike look like tiny guts? I need to see his portrait again. He only showed it for like half a second. May your final slumber be a peaceful one. It appears the medallion was too much for Lord Ashnard. It would be unwise to allow him to access to it again. Don't worry, Nasir will take care of that problem for you real quick. Ah, hey, that's my mother's medallion. No one's supposed to see it. No, child, you mustn't touch it. We can't let it get lost. I'll keep it. What the fuck? She's not like... I expect her to explode or some shit. She's still here. You're unchanged. You said you'd take my mother home, too. Yes, of course. Ike? What's wrong? Why are you just standing there? Are you hurt? Please show his portrait again. I need to pause it. You saw everything, didn't you? Poor child. Wait, so Ike knew? Ike knew and he never said anything? Or was he traumatized to the point... Oh, he's gonna erase his memory? Ah! Ike does kind of look like a very tiny Guts. His face! I mean, it's such a sad moment because Ike is traumatized. It's a good thing that Sephiron, or Laron, or whatever you want to call him, decided to wipe his memory. It shows that he actually has some sort of compassion. At least that's what I think he's doing. He's screaming, Ike, what's wrong? Ah! What enticing dialogue from Child Ike. Ouch, Ike, that hurts. Let go. Is he screaming because of what happened? Give me a moment. Huh? Sweet children. Sleep now. Rest. What did you do to him? Merely helped him to forget. I could not leave this memory to haunt him. It is too heavy a burden for one so young. What will you do with them? What will you do with the medallion? The girl seems to be safe from its influence. We will leave it with her for the time being. That's a really risky thing, like, oh, it didn't hurt her for now, so just let her have it. What was that? You saw it too, didn't you, Ike? That memory, could that have been... I was there? In that place? My mother, she tried to stop my father, and he killed her. I saw it all. Is that what happened? I was contained inside at that time. I had no idea. Zelgis. Yeah, I'm glad that Ike's, mature enough of a character that he didn't turn around and just, blame Yune or whatever for his mom's death. Does the cutscene change at all from here? Or is it just... No, it appears to be the same thing. You still fight? Yes, I won't stop fighting. I believe he said this before. Pelleas versus Sephiron boss dialogue. King Pelleas, correct? Aren't you brave coming all this way? If you're the one who's been pulling the strings, you have to tell me. Who am I? I don't know. All I know is you're a powerful practitioner of magic. I know you're an orphan born and raised in Daein, but that is all Izuka ever told me. So, I'm not Ashnard's true son. No, you're not. Ashnard's son is of both dragon tribe blood and is thus branded. I think I'm going to be ill. Be assured that you are essential to Daein's reconstruction, which was a vital step to awakening the goddess. Fortunately, Izuko is able to use you to execute my plan. You're going to pay. You're going to blah. What? What was that? What is this? I don't think... Confirm, that was part of the game. If you fulfill the requirements for Ike's memory scene, Laurent's death scene will play out differently. Sephiron, hold on, open your eyes. Yune, help me, what should I do? What, really? Okay, I'll try. Selchus is waiting. Oh, Tina. Sephiron! No! Now, please, Micaiah. Wait, what? Or you don't die, you can't die. What do you mean he can't die? Yes, he can. Why would you save him? I love how I can see Oliver in the background, like, I'm still relevant. So, can someone explain what just happened? He's breathing? Sephiron is breathing. Just in time. You saved him. Thank you, Micaiah. Thank you. Micaiah is completely spent. She's sorry, but she won't be able to fight in the next battle. But there's no time. Hurry. Oh, really? Goddess Yune, is there something you haven't told us about you and Sephiron? He saved my life. Your life? Sephiron saved the life of Goddess. Is there something that you haven't told us about Sephiron, then? He'll wake up in just a moment, then you can ask him directly. I just like it for Yune to start smacking Sephiron. She's like, just wake up. Just wake the fuck up. Oh, alright, I'll do that. So really, if you do this, you can't take Micaiah into endgame. I mean, it's not really a loss, but... Why did you save him? Should I not have? I can think of a few reasons why you shouldn't have. Yes. Oh, Ike is kind of pissed about it. Hey, get up now. Take it easy on him. He's had a hard day. God. Am I alive? Laurent! Goddess Yune, why? Why did you... Because I want you to live. You've always taken care of me, and I couldn't bear if it ended like this. But I've lost all my hope. All hope in the world and the people in it. I did what I did for future generations so they wouldn't have to live in this world. Please, Yune, let me die. I won't, Laurent, I won't. Laurent? Is Laurent now he's some sort of hero saint? I agree with Ike 100% in this situation. It's weird that I'm saying I see, like, eye to eye with simpleton Ike, but the way Ike thinks is no one opposed to this. We literally spent, like, an hour trying to kill this guy, and you just bring him back to life? Why? I have to agree, it's kind of a stupid choice. Death is what you really want, then I'm not going to let it happen on my watch. I don't care what you've gone through, I don't care how much you've suffered, what you've done is unforgivable. Stop it, Ike. Ashera is waiting, it's time for the final confrontation with her. You can come if you want to. You're asking me to turn my back on Goddess Ashera? Well, betrayal isn't exactly something new to us. I just paused his sprite with his mouth open, he looks kind of funny. If you really want the total extinction of beorc and laguz alike, then you can just lie here like a lump. If not, this is your chance to start rectifying your mistakes. Think hard on that. But Ike! Wait, why is Sode still... Oh, because Micaiah's here. I was like, why is Sode just standing around? He doesn't care about any of this. Sode is so detached from anyone but Micaiah. Now that I think about it, I think Sode kind of suffers as a character because his entire character is protect Micaiah. That's the whole thing about Sode, is his character is protect Micaiah. So, I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. I'll be waiting for you, Laurent. Now, if you transfer a Path of Radiance save file to Radiant Dawn in which Ike and Soren reach their A-rank support, you can then have them reach an A-rank support in this game, and then fulfill the requirements to see Ike's memory, then you will be able to watch one last rather touching info conversation before the final boss. Ike, were you joking when you said you couldn't remember how we met? Well, sorta. It was a long time ago. I really don't have that great a memory. How could you forget? Relax, Soren. I got to thinking I remembered. I remembered what happened in Gallia on the day we first met. Ike. Mother had gone shopping with Miss that day. I was wandering around the village all alone. I walked onto the edge of the forest looking for a stick I could pretend was a sword. There was a raven-haired boy lying on the ground. I decided to use him as a sword instead. Yes, I remember that concussion. I remember the huge oak tree by the clearing I'd been sleeping in the hollow by the roots. He looked like he was my age. He was as skinny as a twig wearing rags and covered in dirt. He looked like he was near death. Well, nothing's changed then. I took out my lunch and handed it to him. He made a noise like a scared animal and shied away. He was suspicious of me at first, but eventually he took my sandwich and started to eat it. It was like he'd never eaten before in his life. I didn't have anything else to feed him, so I told him to come to my house, but he kept shaking his head no. I was afraid you were going to trick me. Afraid that you were going to chase me away after taunting me with food just for a laugh. Soren has a really hard life. I completely understand Soren because I was much like him. I still am kind of like him in that way, but I've kind of, become more friendly with people, and I completely understand the notion of, like, everyone is out to, like, trick you or injure you or something. I told the boy that I'd bring him some food the next day at the same time and place. He finally nodded when I said that. It made me happy. I felt like I was doing something right, helping this boy like I was the only one who could do that. I was happy too. Not just because I wasn't hungry anymore, but because someone would finally talk to me. So I went back to the village again the next day. I was scared of the other villagers and their rocks and sticks, and I went back. You know what? I'm not talking about games 1 through 4, but out of, like, the GBA games, Ike and Soren have such a unique relationship. How do I say this? Like, the relationship between Eliwood and Hector is like, I'm the big brutish lord who doesn't act like he should, and Eliwood's like, I'm the lord, I act like, I don't know, a guy. And then with, there's other relationships, like, I don't know, Erica and Seth, and then there's like Crom and Robin, which is like bro. I guess Crom and Robin's kind of similar to Ike and Soren, except for the fact that Crom and Robin have near no character to them. But that's a personal opinion. I don't know, I really find their relationship to be something very unique within Fire Emblem, in which it's two people who are so damn different. Like, they could not be more opposite, yet they're still sitting here and hanging out with each other. It's really cool. I really like it. That's right, that was Gallia back then. The beorc abused and tormented the branded because the laguz shunned them. They wanted to avoid upsetting the laguz. The villagers threw stones at me, called me an animal and a devil. They weren't wrong. But on the next day, the village was littered with corpses. Soldiers and peasants were in a panic. It was my dad. He went crazy and when the spirit of chaos in the medallion touched him. I walked through the empty streets checking bodies to see if you were dead, but I couldn't find you. I decided that you had to be alive. I took the money and food from the village and headed for Crimea, the land of beorcs. Soren. On my way to Crimea, I kept seeing laguz from the beast tribe. They were terrifying, but after a while I realized something. They never attacked me. They all seemed to notice something about me and then pretended they couldn't see me. And look was burned into my mind. It was always the same. They'd scowl and walk away like they'd never noticed me. That's why Soren disliked laguz so much. I thought he just disliked them because he was like, oh, I want to be beorc like everyone else, but I'm weird. No, but it's because of how much they shunned him. I mean, at least they didn't, like, attack him. In a way, they left me feeling colder and more alone than if they'd attacked me. Hate. That I could understand. This was denial. They made me feel like I wasn't supposed to exist at all, that by simply being alive was an affront to the world. That was how the beast treated me, and I hated them for it. It sat in my heart like a lead bar, like a glacier. When I reached Crimea, I took refuge in a church along the way. They took my brand to be a sign that I had been trained in the arcane arts. They took good care of me and taught me things. I remember him talking about this in his Path of Radiance support. Once I had learned to speak and behave like other people, I wandered Crimea for several years. And I finally found you. But yes, you'd forgotten that day in Gallia. But I didn't care. My only wish was to see you again. I just wanted to see the only boy who had held out a warm helping hand. Soren, don't cry or else I'm gonna cry. Wait, is Soren actually crying? I just want, like, Soren to have a completely straight face and tears are coming out. And he's like, Soren, you're crying. He's like, I am not crying. I am just, watering the floor. Yes, the floor here looks very dirty. I figured it could use a nice Don't cry. What? I'm not crying. Soren, you're smart, but you're no good when it comes to your emotions. Come over here. Let me give you a big hug. Don't treat me like I'm a child. I'm not that. Come on. Just come on. Come over here. Shut up. Shut up. Wow. True tsundere Soren, really. Then I'll come over to you. It's all in the past, Soren. Just starts gently rubbing his forehead. Oh, you poor thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so sad. It's so freaking sad. Because Laurent lived, he will join you as a playable unit. Wait, why'd he come from the left side? It's like, you can follow us. He's like, no, I had to go the other way. Forgive me, goddess, I must. end my service to you now. My dear goddess Ashera, please forgive me. Laron, for everything I've done was a mistake. This is all a result of my weakness. The changes were unbearable to watch, too frightening to understand. It grew painful to accept change, and with that my heart filled with cowardice. I was overwhelmed by the pain and could think nothing of it. As long as I suffered, I was blind to anything else, even to the beautiful things of the world. I can see it now. The people deserve compassion. They deserve to have their lives back. No. You are always too flexible, too inconsistent. You cannot sway with me any further. Ashera, my goddess, please. Be silent now, and watch as I erase these beings that confuse your simple heart.
So, one of the things I think you guys misunderstood is that, I don't actually hate Laron as a character. I really don't. I can see his, viewpoint of things, and I can see how he works. The reason I was so hard on him is because his boss fight sucked. And I mean, like, it sucked terrible, but you guys have already heard enough on my standpoint on how the endgame Radiant boss, or Radiant Dawn bosses, are partially unfair. So he's a Chancellor. That's a cool class. Oh my god, those stats. Good lord. Oh, he's like a second Ashera standing in the room. Ashera staff. Staff that restores all HP to adjacent units. Okay. Yeah, he has some good stats. He has... Are you serious? He has Mantle? Oh, he's just like you left him, huh? Cool. Sanaki, Ike, Kurthnaga, and Micaiah can talk to Laron. Really? You finally made it, Sephiron. Sanaki, I was starting to wonder how I'd punish you. I'm sorry? You are my subordinate, after all. I've decided that leaving one's empress to die is punishable by drowning in a pool of rancid butter. Of course it is my empress. Sanaki's such a child, it's amazing. I hope you're a strong swimmer. Swimming through butter? That sounds like a dream more than the punishment. Sephiron, I mean Laron. I can't apologize enough. I was so terribly mistaken, and now there's nothing I can do to help. Have you seen your stats? Just kill her. Don't worry. What? Wanting to do something that matters is enough. Sometimes how you feel is more important than how you act. I swear, if 90% of the world acted like Ike, the world would be a better place. Ike, there's no one that I think more highly of. No time for compliments. We still have work to do here. Yes, we do. Head up, eyes forward. I will not back down. Altina, give me strength. What, did he have like a thing going on with Altina? I mean, I don't blame him. Look how strong that girl was. You're Laron? Prince Kurthnaga, how you've grown. You know who I am? I resided in Goldoa for more than 700 years. I had no idea. That's because I was kept in hiding, but I did meet you several times when you were just an infant. I remember a mysterious man with black wings. Was that you? I always thought it was a dream. I was always so fascinated by that man and his songs. I remembered him well and fondly. Yes? You're Laron, aren't you? Yes? You, forgive me for asking, but aren't you my... Can we talk about this later? Oh, what? Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. Child, you couldn't possibly bother me. It's just... The talk you and I have is going to take a long time. I don't think Ashera would wait for us to finish. Oh, very well. What is it? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Micaiah? Yes? You look like you could use some backup. I'm good with the staff too, you know. Thank you. Yeah, that's all Micaiah's good for. If Laron attacks Ashera, she does not retaliate? That's bullshit. Although he doesn't really do all that much damage. He can double her, though. I mean, that's 18 damage coming from one person. That's pretty good. If Pelleas survives, he gets an epilogue. I'm sorry. But that's... I don't believe you, because see, my dear, you have the mark. Wait. Don't you have a mark? No, Mother. Lady Almeida, is that the reason you thought me to be your son? And that is the reason why Izuka chose me out of all the children at that orphanage. Stop, this is impossible. You are my son. I am your mother, and I say so. Lady Almeida, your only memories of your son were of him as a baby. You yourself said so. In other words, he already had a mark even as a child. Yes, that's so. What of it? My mark here is called the Spirit's Protection. When I was 13, I chose to make a pact with the spirits. What? Yeah, I really don't understand that, because so little is talked about that. Like, there's this whole new thing which made me suspicious that was like,
oh, Pelleas is branded, but he doesn't know it. And then people are like, no, spirit packs are a real thing. And that's the only time you hear about it in the whole series. Was right at the beginning where he's like, I have a spirit pact. It's like, what's that? And he's like, I don't know, just, And then you never hear about it ever again. When I learned that you were one of the dragon clan, I began to doubt, and slowly my doubt turned to certainty. I'm sorry, Lady Almeida, I'm sorry that, though it was never my intent, I indeed ended up deceiving you. I'm sorry, but I am not your son. But Pelleas, but still I was happy. It was fleeting, but I knew the feeling of a mother's love. You have my thanks. Oh. Even though you're kind of crazy, I still feel bad for you. Spirit Charming Sage. After revealing his lack of royal blood, Pelleas gave up the throne, but served at court, learning to speak easily to all. If both Soren and Pelleas survived, and Soren fought both Micaiah and Pelleas in Part 3, you are Ika the Grail Mercenaries, and you are the Dowager Queen of Daein. I heard some of what you've gone through. I'm glad you're safe. In light of that, can I do anything for you? I think not. I think I have seen enough. As you wish. Well then, Lady Almeida, Prince Kurthnaga, take care of yourselves. Yes, and you as well. I know we shall meet again. Are you satisfied, my sister? You wished so strongly to meet with General Ike. I only did so because Pelleas said. He said that it would be wise if I were to meet with him. Did he say why? That child, he said. It was the last gift he could give me. He wouldn't say anything more. A gift? By meeting General Ike. What about that beorc could possibly wait? Oh, they're talking about Soren, aren't they? Wait, stop a moment. Sister? Oh, they realized it. Wow, Soren's is really tiny. He has a really small mark on his forehead. Yes, you need something. You are... What's your name? Soren. I see. That is a fine name. Thank you. You're welcome. Is that all? Yes, pardon me. Calling out to you like that, I was confused. Don't let it trouble you, if you'll excuse me. That boy is staff officer for the Grail Mercenaries. Soren is such like a... Soren has some really strong character development. Back then, if someone called to him, he would have been... Or back in Path of Radiance, if someone called to him like this, he would have been super rude to them, really brief. But Soren just seemed like he wanted to talk, and he's just like, hey, what's up? And then they say, oh, okay. I really like Soren, I really do. I think he... It's hard to say, but I think he's now my favorite mage in the Fire Emblem series. Like, Lute is a close second, but I think Soren's development has just hit me in a spot where I don't think anyone can beat. And Bastion's also really cool, but that's just in its own way of being himself, and the voice I've given him, and the fact that I now can no longer detach that voice from his character. I now think that his character has that voice. That boy is the staff officer for the Grail Mercenaries. What made you call out to him like that? Sister? Because I have lost the power of my birthright, I thought. Maybe I wouldn't be able to... That I might not be able to recognize my own child. But when her own true son stands before her, no mother could fail to know, oh my son, you've lived and grown so much. You can't mean Soren is your son? Yep, I can't believe you guys are so surprised when I guessed that. A lot of the time, I don't know what it is, but in both, it was both in Radiant Dawn and Edgeworth, I was guessing things way ahead of time, and I'm not gonna, boast about it, because most of the time I'm wrong when I guess things, but I've been pretty spot on this time. I'm surprising myself, even. And finally, Laurent's epilogue, if you got him. At Loriaze's urging, Sephiron lay himself down within SOREN'S and was healed by the songs of the herons. Whoa! Whoa! He has wings? Could it be that you were here all this time? Who is that talking? Alas, no, I'm sorry to say, but for several days I've somehow felt as though you would soon return. What? Oh my... Ashera? Is... Ashnard? Ashnard? Oh my god, she's cute. She really is. Oh my... She looks so much better smiling, too. Look at that. Turn that frown upside down. Take those wings off your head. Wear adorable clothes. Wow, that's a turnaround. These two look like characters from a different game now. Well, I'm home, and I'm glad to see you again, Laurent. And I'm glad to see you as well, Goddess Ashnard. How long has it been? 100 years? 500? About 1200 years. I see, for mortals, that is many, many lives. Yes, the peace we once had is on the verge of crumbling again. That is unfortunate. The miasma of war is beginning to shroud the world. However, I shall not again be frightened. As one born of hopes of man, I shall protect this world. Yes. Laron, I missed your songs. Would you sing for me now? I no longer. Well, then I will sing, and you may sing with me. Is that all right? Yes. Haha. Oh my god, Asher looks so much better like that. And the song changes to Dawn Awakens. And the person can't put it there because of copyright. I understand that feeling. So those are the differences in Radiant Dawn's second playthrough. For all of you that wanted to know, now you know. It wasn't really... How do I say it? There were a lot of really sad, like, aw moments and really good conversations. And if I hadn't already figured some things out, it probably would have surprised me more. And I'm really glad I got to feel that, but if that warranted a second playthrough, I would not say so personally. The scene between Ike and Soren is really moving. Out of that entire thing, I think that's about the only thing that really mattered. The information about Ike having originally seen his parents dead didn't really intrigue me. Seeing their, like, baby child sprites was amazing, though. They look adorable at that age. Aside from that, I think I saw everything I wanted to see. So that's gonna finish up Radiant Dawn. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on whatever other series. Once again, thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you guys on whatever. Have a wonderful day. Riding out.